Hello, hello, hello. This is As a Junior back from HLA. We're going to introduce you guys to our new ship, the Baragon. It is a surface mining ship. We're going to go over the basic directions on how to use it, and it'll take you down to the planet or moon and show you how to mine. Um, it's a fairly basic ship. It's got three large generators, two exorium tanks, a lot of propellant that you'll never need to refill, so there's no refill station. A secondary cockpit on the bottom for mining. We'll go over this when we're down there. We've got 30 lasers. We've got three collectors. Okay, we'll start going over some of the controls. And besides all the mining stuff or basic flying stuff, the reticles, most people have seen these on our other ships. So all all three different colors. So if you're in a different cloud or looking at a different moon, you can actually see where you're going. Cruise, turtle, transponder, ping, and on and off. Um, the auto timer is for mining. We'll show you that later. Basic generators, batteries, mining status, again, we'll show that later. All this stuff will come later at the bottom. It's just all copied from the lower cockpit up here, just in case you want to sit up here. This side, mainly flight details or rangefinders. Starting over here, you've got your low fuel and low propellant warnings, which you'll get, if you get too low, it will turn off your mining automatically. Uh, this is a clear odometer, so there's a odometer built into this panel, and that button will clear the odometer back to zero. That is a crash warning, so like if you have any damage, the ship will shut down any of the main systems like cruise and mining. And then if you want to continue without fixing it, you can just hit this and it'll reset it and turn it off. Fill mode changes your all your resource bridges around the ship with the click of a button. Back to mining. Um, simple remaining. So your fuel and prop and estimates on how far you can travel with them or how long exactly they'll you'll have before they run out. Our profiles, so you can change through all the profiles the ship has. Let's see, control page reset. Next page? No, no, next page. Where's it? Can't read with the glare. It's up and down. That's increase, decrease. Oh yeah, that is next page. Okay, so mining. Oh, so that's when the lasers are actually on normal, turtle, and mining mode. So there's a difference between when you have the arm extended and when the lasers are actually on. And you can set all your thrust variables that way, or you can reset all of them standard. Um, it's just speed, safe zone, can you build a station, the structural integrity, yada yada. And then these two functions here will be handy for people who are using the ship. The first one is moon landing, and the second one is autocruise. Moon landing is for, well, like I said, landing on the moon. So the first one we'll demonstrate. I'm going to start it. After we get going, I will end the recording and jump back in when we're closer. But basically, you point at where you're trying to go. Try to make it close to 90 degrees. You don't want to go at an angle. You're gonna hit the moon landing button, and it's automatically gonna start going towards the moon. When you get within 1,000 meters, it's gonna slow down, and then it's gonna take you in for a softer landing. So we're gonna hit this, watch it go. So now it's doing the gravity search. So it's going to continue to speed up and slow down until it finds gravity, so it knows where it's at. Now it looks like we find gravity down to 5. Yep, found gravity. So now we're just going to cruise down to the moon at max speed, which is around 125, 130 for this ship. She's not the fastest, but she's not supposed to be. It's to the moon, and you kind of just leave it there and haul back and forth with a different ship. So I will see you guys down there when we're about, I'd say, 4 or 5 kilometers from the moon. Okay, we're back here. As you can see, we're not really lined up with our base, and that is because, well, we're not 90 degrees to the surface from our cap ship. Gravity's pulling us down as we're traveling, and gravity's always going to win, so might as well just let it go. We'll get down to the surface, and then we'll just fly over to where we belong, because some of the things we want to show are over there. Easier. Should be getting close to the ground now, though, so we're looking for is this value right here. This is the target distance, which is this line. Once it hits the ground and we're within 1,000 meters, this will start changing and doing what it's supposed to do. There we are. Okay, so it stopped us. Now it's going to go into an approach and bring us to about 100 meters from the surface. So it's not going to bring you all the way down. It's going to bring you down to a safe enough area to where if it does drop you in gravity, you're not going to smack on the planet. Oh, what's wrong? You updated it. It goes down to 50 now. It used to be 100. That's darky. All the way down? We're in hover. Hmm. I'm turning it off. But we're safe. So, now we need to get over there. Cruise. Don't like that. If you want to see how close you are to the surface, you can always hit this button. Here's your readings for the belly pointing down. I think that might be where I crashed. Looks about right. Not this one, the beta version. Okay. Okay, we can get rid of this arm for now and jump on out. While we're down here, YOLO room, you really don't need to do anything in here. Nothing's adjustable. All the chips are locked in. This is one of the Exorium tanks, so if it's ever possible to refill these and stick it back in, there's at least one accessible, but for now it's just like every other large gen ship. You have to repair it to fill the tanks. I'm gonna be real. I don't know what that sound is. We're gonna turn the volume down because I have no idea what that is. Okay, that was annoying. I gotta track that one down because I'm not sure we have a speaker or anything in here, so we shouldn't have anything making noise. So while we're down here in this cockpit, a little bit of, even though it's annoying a little bit. Okay, the right arm is almost exactly the same. Nothing really changing over there. A lot of stuff is moved to this panel in front. It's not movable. It's just easier to read from this far, and you're always looking forward anyways. Uh, Low fuel, low prop, the damaged things, generators, prop fuel, all the basic stuff. We'll get to these in a minute. Now the left arm, like always, mining mode is activated with the mining mode button. LRF is the four corner rangefinders. Let's see, we got the transponder down here, turtle, cruise, same thing. Just, you can use it as a secondary cockpit if you'd like to. The auto stop settings increase or decrease by 5 minutes. Using this button, if you use it, and you want to turn it off or it ends, it automatically turns off mining mode. So if you know your ship fills up in about an hour, hour and a half, you can set it to, 80, 90 minutes, turn it on, walk away, come back, everything's off, and you're just sitting there relaxing. Um, these buttons here, lasers on, obviously, lasers on, and then advance. So advance won't work unless lasers are on. Advance is controlled by these, um, the thrust pulse and the speed threshold. So basically the ship thrusts until it hits a certain speed and then it cuts out and it slows back down and it keeps doing that. It's pulsing the speed to try to keep us at a low enough speed to where mining is feasible. Because if you go too fast, you start missing ore and it kind of messes up your inventory slots in the ship. It's kind of a pain in the ass. So we're going to go over here and try to line up with this trench. So that's what these lights here are for. They're trench alignment. So you see you got two lasers there, one and two here. These inner ones are lined up with the body of the ship, which is basically the extent of the lasers. So if you want it to mine next to an existing trench, the easiest way to do it is drop those down into the trench and try to be parallel. We're going to try to possibly do something more automated in the future. For now, this is a little bit rudimentary. We understand that, but there we go. So if you turn, this one will come back up. It's not lined up. And there we are. So when you turn on mining mode, it ramps up the generators. Um, 95, I believe, is our set point. 90, okay. And then automates from there. You can adjust the laser length if you want to over here. Sometimes on more hilly areas, it is better to do shorter laser lengths so you don't miss some ore at the bottom. So get a little closer to the surface before we start mining. And then, as always, lasers on. I like my presets around 40, my speed threshold at 1 or 0.1, or we'll go a little slower, 0.9, and then advance. We're gonna turn that shit all the way off, and there we go. Resource bridge one's here. There's all around the ship. Some people are going to say the skids are ugly. Technically, a lot of times they're not needed. Um, the body of the ship can act as the skid and keep it up. Everything's built in a certain way that it's hopefully seen as basically the crates are the lowest point on the ship. But if you have, next to a trench or you're going over a trench, it's safer to have the skids. And then now you just mine. Nothing to it. Hit the button, forget about it, walk away. Like I said, you can set the timer if you want to, or you can just hang out here. Um, it is, I'd say, less laggy than other ships that I've tried, but that's all depending on your experience. Your PC is going to be a little different than everybody else's. It's going to be different depending on who you are. One last thing I want to show before stopping is the Autocruise. So once you're all done mining, blah, 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 done, you want to go back to your ship, your cap ship. Since we're in the safe zone, we can hit the back of the ship on the surface, no problem. Okay, so you aim aim it back at the cap. Here's your Autocruise function. Go ahead and pull up your U tool about 80 kilometers from the cap. Hit input 80 and just hit the button, and it's going to take us about 80 kilometers back home. It's not exactly perfect. Again, it's depending on frame rate and tick rate. Everything's a little bit different for everybody, so it could be up to around 5% difference, but it'll get you close to your cap or your station or wherever you're headed. Again, this ship is not meant to go through the belt. It's not really an exploration ship. It is meant to go to the planet, mine some stuff, and maybe fly back to your cap ship to repair. That's what I do. I usually do 4 or 5 trips, load up with what I want and take it back to the cap, grab another hauler and do a couple more trips, and then bring her back down and mine some more. So, I mean, that's what it's for. Well, thank you everybody for your time. That's the Baragon, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Bye.